Hey guys, let's get 5 good minutes on the Slow Smoke Business Show with Nickolas, Natali, podcast legend, and let's grill some pork chops.
How did you get into meats, Jarrod? That's what I want to know. What found your passion for meats?
I had this idea to have a podcast, and I thought the one thing I don't want to do is create one of these like Harvard Business School podcasts. No offense to, HBS or whatever, Harvard's Business School, but it's just not me. And I also didn't want to, create another one of these like business startup bro podcasts. We're crushing it, bro. That kind of crap. I wanted to have a unique spin, and I also wanted to have honest conversations. And it's hard to be a pretentious asshole when you are grilling out meat. And so that was the theory. Well, we're going to try to be pretentious assholes today. So
yeah. Please, yeah. Let me hop on my soapbox. That's interesting you say that. I have a friend who, he does business far better than I do business. But one of the things that he does is he'll take his like clients or just people who he works with, take them on hikes, and it drops that wall that people carry, like maybe inside of an office setting or something like that. And I feel like that's similar to these meets. It's like you're gonna speak differently. You're gonna share more things about you. So it's just more conversational and casual than it is like, let me put on this face because I have to be the conversational. I have to be the best business person in the room. When in reality, like, you're doing business with people, and like getting to know the people you're doing business with is, important.
So I would love to know more about your show. There doesn't seem to be like any necessarily particular you only have this type of guest or whatever. Like you have a lot of interesting people on there. So how did that show come about, and what is sort of the aim of the Nick Natali show?
Shoot, I'll give you the streamlined version of it. So I went to college for software engineering, and then I ended up in loads of debt, about $60,000, and I was only there for 3 years. So really, probably should have been more, but I came out with $60K in debt. I moved into my car because I wanted to pay it off quickly. And while I was living in my car, I had these like interesting interactions where people would just come up to me and just want to talk and tell me their life stories, whether that was like warranted or not. Like, I don't think I was out there with the sign, like, please come tell me. But I was cooking pasta on the tailgate, making some things. And I think that brought people around because I would give out food too, like if somebody wanted a plate of spaghetti, I'd hand it out. But then they'd also share their life story with me. And some of them were so interesting and some of them were absolutely crazy. And I was like, I don't even think a lot of this is real. Like I had people telling me about how like aliens were contacting them. And I'm like, this makes a lot of sense. You telling the guy that lives in a car about this and not anyone else. Long story short is I was hearing these stories and I wanted other people to be able to listen in on them too. So I started a podcast. And I was doing it similar to the backyard style. I was doing it inside of my Suburban, 86 Suburban, and similar issues. Like I was using my phone as a hotspot and it would overheat. And I just did about 65, 70 episodes. And then when I finally got a place, I moved inside. And season 1 was dedicated to like, our big 3 was entrepreneurs, entertainers, and experts. And now in season 2, we're kind of getting more granular of like, we want entrepreneurs, but more so entrepreneurs that either really, really know their stuff about something, or they have a wicked story of losing everything and failing big and then winning big right after, stuff like that. That's really exciting and fun to hear about, but also practical because I want to know how people are balling out. I want to know that, like, what to avoid and what to do.
I need advice. I need Nick.
Yeah, hit me.
Nick podcast advice.
I'd love to.
I'm out here cooking. Mm-hmm. I'm out here trying to be the podcast of the people. Mm-hmm. How do we get more people listening to the Slow Smoke Business Show? What do we do? How do we get the word out?
I mean, I think it's more about we got to answer a couple questions first. The first question is like, if somebody listened to this podcast for a whole year, every episode, what type of transformation are they going to get? Mm-hmm. What are they going to receive from doing that? They're person A when they started. They listened to 100 of your episodes. Who are they as person B?
Check out these pork chops, see how they turned out. If you want to hear the whole episode with me and Nick navigating through some tech issues, getting bothered by some kids doing TikToks in the neighborhood, right around the corner from me. Go check out the full episode right where you found this one, and we'll see you next time on the Slow Smoke Business Show.